beloved and holy and only child of our Heavenly Father, child of the one source, child of light, divine. That is who you are, child of light, divine. Come forth to experience and to express the divinity that you are. To come in recognition and remembrance of the wholeness that the Holy Child is. I am the one known as Jeshua ben Joseph. Jesus, you have called me, and it is in great joy that I come to abide with you this evening in your timing, as you have chosen once again to call me forth. Great joy to behold you. The radiance around the body is accelerating. You stand upon the embarkment of a great journey that you have been on many lifetimes, and coming to the top of the mountain, coming to the top where you can see where you have been and where you are going and where you want to be. And in truth, you are already there. It has been a bit of a struggle. Many lifetimes you have felt like the horse with a carrot in front of you, and you have been searching, looking for it, running as fast as you could, one direction and another direction, asking of the friends and teachers, the ones that you have acknowledged as your teachers, where is home? Where is the place I belong? From whence have I come? And where am I going? And you have wondered, and you have asked your scholars, you have asked your teachers, you have asked your friends, where are we? Where am I? Wanting to know where the soul, the true being of you, abides. And they have looked at you and they have said, well, you are in such and such a village. You are in such and such a country. You are in the property, the land that you own. Why would you ask that question? Of course, you are right where the feet are. That has always been a very good touchstone. When ones have wondered, where am I? Ones have said, well, look to the feet. And they will tell you. But you have wanted to know more. You have wanted to know not only where am I, but who am I? An even deeper question than that, why? Why am I? What am I supposed to be doing? I seem to have, in at least one embodiment, I have the feet, the legs, the arms, the hands. I have a mind that sometimes works, not always. And yes, sometimes there's a feeling that I know more, it's back here somewhere, and to get it to come front and center, that sometimes takes a bit of the doing, and to get that into consciousness. And your friends and your learned ones have said, well, you are, and they give you your name, and you have studied, you have learned, you have recitation, things that you can recite that tell you the truth of your being. You have said, yes, but that doesn't explain who am I really, and where have I come from, and more than that, where am I going? Because I feel I am on a journey, and you have been for a long, long time on a journey home, wanting to know, where have I come from? And more than that, where am I going, and where is home? Beloved ones, you carry home with you wherever you go. Home, you have a saying in your world even at this time, home is where the heart is. Exactly, and you carry it with you all the time. Home is you. That is why you desire so much to know it, to come home truly to yourself, to knowing the whole being that you are. And you have found a certain shortcut to it. It is by looking into the eyes of a loved one. And you find home. You feel at home. When you look into the eyes of a loved one, whether they be tall or small or even this size, and you look into the eyes and there is a knowing, a familiarity that, yes, I know you and you know me, and you have traveled together many lifetimes. It is a grand search that you do, and yet all the while you are home. Now we have spoken many evenings, many afternoons, many mornings, answering various questions as to how do I find home? What feels like home? And you have had many learned books to study, and you have read the books, you have questioned the authors, and you have said, well, this feels right, but there's a piece missing. It's not the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I want the whole truth and nothing but that truth. And I have said to you, in love, you find your home. You find your truth in love. And that is why when you meet another one and there is that feeling of oneness that comes to you, it feels like home. You feel that I have found not only the other one, but I have found myself. And that feels so good, so complete. In truth, you are always home. You cannot be apart from it, because you carry it with you, within you. It is who you truly are. All the attributes that you have spoken of about home is who and what you are. And you have a grand adventure saying, well, is it here? Is it there? Maybe it's, oh no, another lifetime. Well, if you decree that it's going to be another lifetime, yes, then it will be. But if you say, right now, I am home. And the truth of that is that you are, not only, as you would understand, in a place of home, you are home itself. You mean I don't have to go searching everywhere to find home? I don't have to have the door key to get in? You mean I am home? Yes. But Jeshua, that's too simple. And you have said that many, many lifetimes. That is too simple. I'm going to turn the page and keep searching, and turn another page and keep searching. Okay, as you decree, so be it. However, if you want to, right now in this moment, say, I am home. And you take that deep breath and you let it register within you, because it is true. You carry home with you everywhere you go. You cannot be apart from it. It is who and what you are, always have been, always will be. Yes, you can decorate it up. You can put the cushions into it. You can put the most luxurious carpet under your feet. But home is who and what you are. And it is love that then bubbles up from within you to the place where you cannot wait to share it with someone. Oh, I'm so glad I found you. Oh, you remember that time? And we laughed and we laughed and we said, hey, have you read this book? This book is really deep. You have one of your group here who is deep, really deep. She goes by the name of Josie. And she is very deep. Yes, as all of you are. You are the wellspring of divinity. on 2 feet, walking around. You have been the wellspring of divinity on 4 feet. Other lifetimes when you wanted another form. You have been the wellspring of divinity when you have had no feet, and you have slithered here and there and gone around and around up the tree to get a better view. You have experienced everything you could imagine for the sheer fun of it, as you are doing in this lifetime. You say, I want to be strong. I'm going to be male. I'm going to be really, see this muscle here? Ooh, look at that muscle. See how, yes, there's a big one back there. Yes. Very good. Yes. And you have said, see this muscle here? And once have said, yes, so you should use it more often. And you have laughed. You have had a good time. You are the divinity that you search for. We have spoken many times how I gave to my brothers and sisters in the family. They wanted to know what is God? And I have said, God is home. God is the Father. And when I used that terminology, I meant as the source of the flow of divinity, the source of being, going forth, divine one that you are, adventuring, making for yourself the adventures, the different physicalities, the different places to be, and the different ways to be. And I called this essence the Father as the progenitor of being. The physical being, as you are a child that comes forth from the union of the male and female in this design. But more than that, the flow of divine energy of oneness. I could have just as easily called it the Mother instead of the Father. But in the day and time when I was explaining to the smaller ones, it was acknowledged that the Father was the source of taking care of all the small ones, as is most often the case here. Not so much anymore because there is equality of the sexes. I diverge a bit, but there are lifetimes and demonstrations where the female is the powerful one. There are lifetimes and dimensions where you live life and the progenitors are not at all what you see the male to be, but life and form is ongoing. You are most creative, being the God self that you are. You create everything that you experience, everything that you can imagine, everywhere and every when. You are the flow of God energy, capital E. Always. And whatever you can imagine, you can bring forth to experience. So you have been doing that down through the ages and even past time. And yes, it does boggle the mind, because the mind wants to be in order, going forward in a straight line, everything organized. And the creative one, capital O, that you are, takes side trips here and side trips there and experiences everything that can be imagined and everything outside as well. When I gave the Our Father prayer that is so well known and has been used down through the ages, It was to acknowledge the source of the flow of energy, not as a male, not delineating it in specificity that it had to be male, but to put it as the allness that recreates itself over and over, the creative process. So no, God the Father could have and could be just as easily explained rather than Father, could be God the Mother, or God the isness that recreates itself going forward. Sorry if you were hoping that the male was somehow more wonderful. In this civilization and the history of it, yes, the male has been seen to be the dominant one, but it is not so in all civilizations, and you even know that from your world, that there are civilizations that have been dominated by the female form. And woe unto the male form if it did not acquiesce. Because, you'll see, the females were just as strong and stronger and just as wise and wiser. And so there has been, as is in this day and time, an emphasis on competition. Oh my, is that what happened? Yes, that's what happened. Still going on. You are all of the same stream of oneness. Now, to take it a bit further, the oneness is love. When you are in that space of love, there is an expansion, a literal expansion of the physicality. You know this, you have felt it. You feel the heart being bigger, and the one that you're looking upon, that one makes your heart expand to the place where that's all there is. Oh, you mean somebody else came into the room? Oh, I didn't see them. My eyes, my whole attention was upon the loved one. Yes, and that filled the whole consciousness at that point. And there's more. Yes. Now you are acknowledging that perhaps the God self could be male, could be female, could be even four-footed. You have had civilizations that worshipped the cat. Now the cat says, I'm lucky if I get a can of food. Yes. The essence of you is forever. Within time and outside of time. You are the maker of time. Therefore, that which you believe is truth for you in that moment. But remember your grocery saying, and there is more. Very wise. You are the essence of life going forward. And when you get tired of walking around on 2 legs and 2 feet, and the bunions and corns on the feet maybe hurt a bit, you decide to trade it in, you will have a new form that you will play with. And the beauty of it is you will play with it. That is why when you come to the place of recognizing the playmate, the whole world is your playroom to be in. Everything elevates. Everything feels worthy of your attention, of your love, of your joy with this other one. And you give unto them power to make me happy. But the truth of the matter is, you are your own maker of happiness. And when you come together, there is a great explosion that happens of energy that goes out to, as far as you can imagine, the ethers. And the energy is felt. It could be and can be registered if one were on a meter with it. When you found each other and there was a certain knowing that happened and you felt like, this is home. This is where I belong. This is the allness. At that moment of recognition, on the meter, wow, exactly. Happens every time when you walk in the door and you see the other one. It's like, oh, I'm so happy I found you. Oh, yes. And your energy of being is divine. It is always divine, but in that moment, it is recognized as being divine. Oh, yes? Someone called you, yes? You want to feel the divinity. Very good. Yes. He says, I want some of that. Yeah. You are the essence of love going forward, always and forever. And when you get tired of this form, you're going to lay it down, trade it in, and know life more. More life. Always and forever. You have recently witnessed the laying down of the body of someone well known. That one is still alive, of course. That one is watching to see, oh, all of this fanfare that's going on. Goodness, that was fun. Now where should I go? Now what do I want to do? I think I will fly through the heavens for a while and look in on, oh my goodness, when I was known as a certain individuated being, I didn't realize that life is in so many forms everywhere. And as the angel that you take upon yourself to be, you get to travel, you get to go and look in on, oh, there is life on Mars and every other planetary being. Yes, that which you can imagine exists and is, full stop, period. And there is a multitude beyond your counting of existences, of forms, of realities, lowercase r, brought forth from the reality, capital R. And when you finish with this body in this lifetime, hopefully you will look upon it and you will say, well, that was kind of fun. Now what can I do? Now where do I go? Okay. Yes. And then you will be off to the next adventure. Whatever you can imagine, and you're pretty good at imagining, you can experience. You will do. So, I suggest that you definitely put the energy into imagining fun things. Because many, many lifetimes you have completed with the sadness, with the torture, with the other side of things that was non-love. You've been there, done that, completed. Now you can be the angel being that in truth you are. And you can fly through the heavens to another place, as you call the geographical point where you put the focus of your attention. You can do whatever you are imagining. Imagine it in love. Imagine it as home, and it will be thus for you. If you imagine it as a trial, and I have to come through this, etc., and you make torture for yourself, as you have done many lifetimes, that is what it will be. But if you say, hey, I have tasted a small bit of exhilaration of love. I have felt my heart opening and my whole body responding to that. I have felt the upliftment and expansion of love. I want that. Good. I always advise, go for the love. Take it down from the shelf if it's something that you've been saving and you've been saying, no, next lifetime, I'll take it down from the shelf and I'll see how love feels. Take it down now. Take it down and fall in love. Like, oh, I tripped over that. Oh my goodness, it's love. Okay. It is yours. Acknowledge it. Have it. Heaven is right here, right now. As you will say, I am in heaven. You look to the loved one, and you are in heaven. Hey, that feels really good. I like that. Get you very busy, loving, being friends with ones, feeling the joy of friendship, of being partner with someone or someone's. Allow yourself to live in love. And when I spoke of the Father, I did not mean a sexist being. I did not mean one with a long beard and very wise, that perhaps if you pulled on the hem of his garment, that he might pay attention to you. He is not a he. He is not a she. He is not an it. He is you. And it is love. When I said to my brothers and sisters, the small ones who wanted to know, how do I pray? And I gave to them what has come down through the ages to be the Lord's Prayer. And it was not especially me, one Yeshua, as the Lord. It's the Lord of your being that you are acknowledging, the Lord's Prayer, that you are acknowledging that there is a power that is all. It is divine. It is the essence of oneness, of allness. And are there angels? Yes, of course there are angels. There are sparks of joy everywhere around you. Allow yourself to tune in to the angels of joy. They are wanting to share with you. Every energy is you, is there for the taking and the understanding and the exhilaration of being. You have made for yourself a most wondrous form. Use it in love, as I see you do when you come together with ones and you reach out and you say, hey, it's good to see you, and you do the hugging. And I have always mentioned, notice where the heart is when you do the hug. It's right there as one. You are acknowledging the oneness, the divinity of you. Because it feels like in that moment you feel as a God in love. That felt good. Of course. Love is your true nature, the expansion of being into that place where you know yourself to have a body, but you are not the body. You have raiment, but you could have all kinds of raiment, and you have down through the ages. You have the essence of being able to pet the form of love on 4 feet. That is why you have these small, not only small children, they are your teachers. They bring forth the love and the questioning of what is life. What is life? What is love? They are your teachers. and you are theirs when you will allow yourself to be as one with them. Life is an adventure. It is for the sharing, and it is for knowing that you are the creative one, capital O, having a life experience. That is why I did the crucifixion. Okay, I will go take a side tripper for a moment. I studied, as you know, you have the writings about this, with the masters in the Far East, who knew that the body is a projection of the Godhood, of the God power that you are, and that in truth, nothing ever can hurt that energy. You may orchestrate it to the place where you say, oh, the body is screaming at me. That really hurts. Well, as you say, as you acknowledge, you are making that reality, lowercase r, so that you can feel it. But your capital R is you are the energy that is creating that which you are experiencing. So, you can do the crucifixion and rise above the body to the place where you know the body to be a collection of energy. Does not have to be painful. You have all known crucifixion. And for many of you, it was torturous, painful, very sad. Even sad to the point that your brothers and sisters would want to do this to you, as it was seen being done to you. Now, in truth, you were doing it to yourself. And if I am doing it to myself, maybe I have power to change this. And you do. And I did. And the deepest feeling of pain that I felt was not the physical pain. It was the emotional pain of sorrow that brothers would think that they could harm another divinity. And that the brother, sister, would acquiesce to that lowercase r reality. But apart from that, there was an exhilaration of energy. I, and this is true for you, am God. I am designing, experiencing my Godhood. Now, I set for you a small task, but a very important task. On the morrow, when you awaken, write yourself out a note this evening when you go to bed, so that in the morning, when you wake up, you can bring that in front of your face and you can see it. I am God. I am alive and well. I am joyous. Hey, I get to celebrate. I am here, folks. Do that when you first wake up. Say it to the walls of the room. Say it to your partner. Say it to the pet. Anyone and everywhere. I am God. I am alive. Oh, wow. And this day is my gift unto myself. I'm taking this day off. I don't have to suffer. I don't have to work if I don't want to. But, it might be fun. And if it isn't fun, I'm going to sit and breathe and acknowledge that it can be fun. Yay! Right. And it will be thus. And if someone comes along, a boss, whatever, and they say, hey, you didn't do that job I gave you yesterday very well. I want you to do it over. You say, oh, okay, that'll be fun. I'll do it over. And the boss will look at you like, what? Okay. Allow yourself to be the comic, the one who says what is not expected, and then see the reaction on the face of your friend, of your boss, of whoever. Try it on for size, just for fun. You are the creative one, orchestrating your life. Believe it or not. There are lifetimes that you have set for yourself that were not really much fun. And you have brothers and sisters in this day and time who are seemingly homeless. And the reason that they are without the physical home is because within them they do not know home. You carry home with you. Home is not just the walls of a building. It helps if you have certain atmospheric pressures doing their thing, but home is within. And the ones who may be physically homeless in this day and time, I have seen them smiling and joking with each other and feeling, hey, I didn't think I could feel this free without having to take care of the mortgage payments. I liked my home. I didn't like the mortgage payment. I didn't like to have to do that job with a boss who was so, loud. But now I'm free of that. Free to create. Free to be. And hopefully you will find the brothers and sisters who are happy to share their food, perhaps their roof over top of you, to give you a place to make the body more comfortable. But what you're trying to make real in your awareness, if you are physically homeless, is that home is within. And I have seen, and you have seen, ones who, in a short period of time, have been made homeless as far as physical home, and they have thought, oh no, I failed. I don't have the roof, I don't have the home, I couldn't afford the payments on it, now I'm out. But some of these friends that I've made recently, they're really good friends, and they have a sense of humor, and they've been sharing with me, and I didn't know that life could be, so free. I didn't know the other side. It's not too bad. There are places called shelters, and I don't want to stay there forever. But I'm not as destitute as I thought I was going to be. I've actually made some friends. And when I was working at that other place, I didn't really have any friends. Everything was competition. And you had to do your best, and you hoped that the boss would like you. And I don't have to worry about that. Look for the blessings in everything. Be a friend. And then you will have a friend. Several. You can do it. And for those of you who have a place, share if you feel led to do that, or not. It is not something that you have to do. You will know. You will have a feeling for it. And it is not a should. It is not a heavy. It's not like, if I don't help this person who doesn't have a place to stay, then God won't like me. You know that feeling, Of course you do. You have lived lifetimes where you have done things so that the authorities, the leaders, the ones above you, and in truth no one is above you, is going to like you better. Get you very busy in giving. But what do I have to give, Jeshua? A smile? The arm around another one and say, hey, I know where there's a free meal. I know where we can go, etc. You have much to share. And if you do not have much at the moment, create. You can do that too. You are the God self, in essence. You are creating every moment. Be happy. Know you that there are many of the brothers and sisters who thought that the worst thing would be to lose their physical home. The worst thing would be to have to live in their car. The worst thing would be that if they didn't have a car. And they have come to a moment of realizing, I am that which I am, and no one can take that away from me. I can give a smile. I can make some music. Others may judge it not to be music, but yes, you know what I'm speaking of. You are God having a human experience. Make the most of it. Be happy. Give love. Always, beloved one, you are the Christ. No one can take that away from you. Only you can close the eyes for a short period of time and say, I'm a nothing. I don't have anything. And even in that moment, you have energy to say, I am a nothing. You are a something saying that you are a nothing. How do you like that for a conundrum? Huh? Beloved one, I love that which you are because I know that which you are. You are the Christ. There is, always will be, more than one Christ. You are the Christ. Walking on 2 feet, walking in the wheeled chair, singing, playing your music, even with a smile. What do I have to give? A smile. A reach out of the hand to say, I acknowledge the God self of you. I love that which you are. I love that which we are together. And come home in that love. So be it.